Welcome to episode 14 of Paper Brief, the show where we dive into the latest in robotics and machine learning. I'm Charlie, your host, joined by Cleo, an expert in tech and a machine learning enthusiast. Today, we're talking about a fascinating paper titled Distilling and Retrieving Generalizable Knowledge for Robot Manipulation via Language Corrections. So Cleo, can you kick us off by shedding some light on the problem this paper is solving?
Absolutely, Charlie. This paper tackles a complex issue where robots need to interpret natural language instructions for manipulation tasks. Directly translating these instructions to control sequences is tough because they can be quite nuanced. The solution they've come up with is DROC. It stands for Distillation and Retrieval of Online Corrections. It's a framework that helps robots adjust their plans and skills on the fly using human-provided language corrections.
Interesting, but how exactly does this DROC framework function when a robot makes a mistake?
Great question. So when a robot errs, a human can provide language corrections. DROC then uses these corrections to alter the robot's plan in real time. Essentially, it categorizes feedback as either high level, affecting the overall plan, or low level, adjusting specific skills.
And how do they prevent the system from getting overwhelmed by the corrections? It sounds like it could be a lot for the robot to handle.
They've actually thought of that. The system has a correction handler to manage responses and a knowledge extractor that remembers relevant information, which helps in keeping things streamlined.
Wow, that's smart design. Could you give us an example of how a robot would use DROC to perform a task?
Sure. Imagine you tell a robot to put a spoon in a drawer, but it starts doing the wrong thing. You might say, open the top drawer first. DROC updates the robot's task plan to reflect your correction.
I see. So essentially, the robot is learning from us as it goes. But what happens after the task is complete? Does the robot just forget everything?
Not at all. DROC actually distills the interaction into general knowledge that's stored and can be retrieved later, which means it gets smarter over time.
That's quite sophisticated. Now I'm curious, what's the potential impact of DROC in real-world applications?
The possibilities are vast, from smarter home assistants to more adaptable industrial robots. The key here is the generalizable knowledge. This could be a game changer for how robots learn and adapt.
Exciting times ahead in robotics, for sure. Cleo, thanks for breaking down this innovative research with us.
My pleasure, Charlie. Always a delight to discuss the advancements in our field.
And thank you, listeners, for joining us on Paper Brief. We'll be back with another episode soon, diving into more cutting-edge research. Until then, keep exploring and keep learning.